Okay guys, wherever you are in this country, I would like to ask you a question. Are you still having problem with these mathematical concepts? Be it a math concept of format, be it the one of Form 2, be it the one of Form 3, be it the one of Form 4, like the calculus, the integration, differentiation, and area and approximation. Guys, any question that you have challenge with it, make sure you pass to our YouTube channel by leaving a comment in our comment section. I will try my best to cater for your all problems. Make sure you catch up with us for this class, which is formation of quadratic equations. Then we will categorize into two parts. That is from a given root and from a given situation. Formation of quadratic equations from a given root. What will happen is that in examination room, you may be given the roots for the value, which is the value of x. Then you'll be told to form an equation from the roots. So in the events where you'll be told, you'll be given a point. Let me highlight that. A point of this kind, look here, -2, -5. These are the roots. So what you do, you take these roots and form the equation. Without wasting time, let me give you example from this one. We are going to learn tonight's program, as far as tonight's program is concerned, formation of quadratic equation from where? From given roots. You'll be given roots. Let's now see example 1. You are told form quadratic equation. Form quadratic equation from the given roots. From the given roots. Now let's see the first one. We have in the bracket we have -2, +2. Remember what you're going to do here is you're going to say one time, you're going to say x is equal to -2, which is the first one. Then we are reversing this time. Remember, we're going to say, take this one to this side. So it will be x plus 2 is equal to 0. We are bringing it back. We are doing the reverse of what we have been doing. Again, you're going to say also, you can say also x is equal to 2, which is this one, the second one. Then bring to this side. Then it will be x minus 2 is equal to 0. So far you have these two, take these two and then multiply. We have x plus 2 into x minus 2, which is this one, is equal to 0. Because we are forming quadratic equation. Don't forget that. We are not forming quadratic expression. That's why we equate it to 0. Then carry out this, what you have learned in a previous class. X times x is x squared. Again, right minus x times -2 is -2x. Plus, this time we are done with this one. We say that x times x is x squared. Minus, because we are going to multiply x by -2, minus 2x. Then start this one. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times x is 2x. Minus 2 times -2 is -4. Then it's equal to 0. Then, when you come to this point, come to this point now. My goodness, these two are of the same value, but having what? Different sign. So they're going to cancel. Cancel these two because -2x plus 2x is 0. So cancel these two. You are left with x squared minus 4 is equal to 0. So this is the final point. What are we doing? We are equating every quantity inside the bracket because these are the roots. Equate to 0, then reverse it, then form your equation from there. Let me add for you one more example. Let's take this point where we have -3 and -5, where we have these two. Now we are going to do the same, come to the solution, but we're going to say x one time is equal to, write the point given, the roots given, -5. So what are we going to say? X is equal to -3, bring it to this side. X plus 3 is equal to 0. Also, you can say also x is equal to -5. Take it to this side again. x plus 5 is equal to 0. So what you're going to do is x plus 3 into x plus 5 is equal to 0. Then finish your work. X times x is x squared. X times x is x squared. Don't forget that. Plus x times 5 is 5x. 5x. Plus 3 times x is 3x. Plus 3 times 5 15 is equal to 0. Collect the like terms. You have x squared plus 8x because 5x plus x is 8x. Plus 15 is equal to 0. This is the final answer for your information. So we have formed quadratic equation from given roots, and this is how we're going to talk about during exam time or normal time for your information. Then the second part is the second way of forming a quadratic equation is forming quadratic equation from situations. Let's say from given situations. From given situations. From given situations. Let me write the first example here without wasting time. Let me write this example. A rectangular room. A rectangular room is 4 meters long. A rectangular room is 4 meters longer. So, sorry for that. This question has got some complications, but I will correct it. I can see, as far as mathematical concepts is concerned, there is an error here. That is what you normally call a built-in error here. Let me write the correct statement here. The length of a rectangle, let's say the length of a rectangular room. The length of a rectangular room is 4 meters. Is 4 meters longer than its width. Longer than it is width. Longer than its width. Then full stop. You are told if the area is 12 meters squared, comma, find its dimensions. Find its dimensions. Full stop. Now, a quadratic equation from a given situation is very easy. It only requires you to understand the language written there. In mathematics, a student is expected 3 things, don't forget. Understanding the nature of the question, accuracy and speed. Take your time, understand the question given. Then you must also have some sorts of speed here. You should not be lazy in the process of calculation. Then what you are doing must be right. That's why we say speed and accuracy. Now, if you read this statement, you are told the length of a rectangular room is 4 meters longer than. You know, we are comparing the two dimensions, longer than. This is the comparative part in English of the adjective. You are told the length of a rectangular room is 4 meters longer than its width. So let's sketch now. Come to the solution. We sketch. This is how a rectangle looks like. This is what we normally call the length. So you are told the length is 4 meters longer than. Say now, let the width be x. Right here, write this, that information here. Let the width be x meter. Then write here x there. But you are told the length is 4 meters longer than. So yes, we are going to say the length will be x plus 4. The width plus 4 in bracket, then meter. But remember, right from class 6, right from primary class 6, we have been learning area. We say the area of the rectangle is gotten by L times W. But we know that area A is equal to L times W. Then we're going to say x plus 4 into x, L times W is equal to the area, which is, the area is given here, 12 meters squared. Then let's solve this one. Open this bracket, it will be x squared, because x times x is x squared, plus 4x times 4 is 4x, is equal to 12. Take this one to the other side now, to this side, yeah? Transfer this one. So we'll have x squared plus 4x minus 12 is equal to 0. Get your product. Our product is what? Product is negative 12. Then our sum is what? Positive 4. Our sum is what? Positive 4. In our previous class, if you remember, if you have been following my lessons keenly, I told you when you have the product side negative and the sum side positive, the two numbers you're going to check, one of them will be negative and the other one will be positive. And probably the bigger number will be positive. Don't forget that. And probably the bigger number will be positive. So I think we have, let's get two numbers whose the product will give us what? Negative 12. 12 anyway. It is 4 times 3, 2 times 6, and 1 times 12. Remember we said the bigger number is always what? The bigger number is positive here. The bigger number, give this one positive, then give this one negative. This should be positive, then this should be negative, negative. Now, negative, positive 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. It's okay. But 4 plus negative 3 is positive 1. We don't have positive 1 here. Already this one is wrong. This one is what? This one is wrong. Negative 2 times positive 6 is what? Negative 12 is okay here. Come to the sum side. Negative 2 plus 6 is positive 4. Is okay. So these are the two pairs we're going to take. These two is what we're going to take. So we're going to say, come to this point, we're going to say, this is what we have been this is what we are having here on the board. It is x squared plus 4x minus 2r is equal to 0. Substitute these two here. We're going to say x squared minus 2x, which is this one, plus 6x, which is this one, minus 2r minus 12, which is here, so 0. Then what's the common here? X outside. X squared divided by x is x minus this divided by this is 2. Close the bracket. Here, a positive followed by negative. Positive is the common. Our common is our GCD, which is 6. 6 outside, x minus this divided by this 2 is equal to 0. So take one of these. We have x minus 2 in bracket into x plus 6 is equal to 0. X minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to 2. Or say x plus 6 is equal to 0, which is this one. Then x is equal to negative 6. Bear in mind again, human being and dimensions can never be negative. So the one with the negative, the value with the negative sign, we are going to say unrealistic. Unrealistic. It is not reliable. We cannot take it. It's unrealistic because this dimension, and in this state of mathematics we say that dimensions of figures and human being can never be negative. So in the event where you have a negative number for that, right, unrealistic means it's not reliable, you cannot take it. So the right value for x now is what? Is 2. You are told, get the dimensions, come to this point. Here it will be 2 meters. Then here we have our length is what? X plus 4. X what? X is 2. We are going to say 2 plus 4, which is 6 meters. Now prove your answer right. 6 times 2 is how much? 12, which will give us the area of the rectangle. In our next class for reading, we are going to see more examples from this one, because quadratic of form 2 is very important. It will help you at the beginning of form 3 class. That is the first chapter of form 3, that's quadratic and expression. My brothers and sisters, I hope the life of mathematics is very easy. Worry not. If you have been worrying, worry not now. Join with us through this YouTube channel. We are here to help you anyway. Mathematics is very easy. It is very, very easy, honestly. Following the principle and getting such kind of classes or lessons will not even make you to sleep in class, in mathematics class. So I hope from there we are going to catch up in our next class. I wish you the best advice.